night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcast and great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry, get you one, son. Tell MaxspeedTV sent you. Engines roar, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great chat, second to none.
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
The season continues tonight, round number 2 of season 2, the OP TNT 87 series, Englishes, landscaping, and snow plowing here tonight at Talladega, sponsored by Anthony English and presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. How is everyone in YouTube land doing here tonight? John Winkler, Brendan Kennedy already out in chat here this evening. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, going to be up on call again for you all here tonight. We're going to dive into it here this evening. A little bit of hiccup with iRacing itself. But it looks like we've got a pretty good field out here tonight. More on that here in just a minute. But we've got an air temp of 86. Oh, good Lord. Look at that track temp. 134-degree track temp out there here tonight. Oh, my gosh. That is one of the highest I have seen. Probably the highest I have seen in quite a while. I've seen 127, 128, but tonight 134. Boy, it looks like Jim Bob out there saying hot and slippery tonight. You got that right. Good Lord Almighty. Now 70 laps, but it sounds like even though it's 70 laps out here tonight, it's going to feel like 170 with the way that track temp is. 186.2 miles. Now a total of 5 sets of tires. 42% fuel. Looking at the ballpark range of about 10 to 15 laps, give or take, plus or minus 3 to 5 laps. Of course, cautions, you'll be able to save a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to save much here at Talladega. This track is 2.66 miles long, so we'll roll with it, 10 to 15 here tonight. Pit road speed, though, 55 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70. So laps are 70, and the pace speed is 70 as well. Yeah, John, right? Yeah, I totally agree. Now, our point standings, of course, after one race. Anthony English up at the top spot at 47. James Polsky in second at 44 points. 3 behind Anthony. Then our first tie. We've got 2 ties in the top 10. Wes Hogue and Steve Loving at 42 points, both of them 2 behind James. Then our second tie between Vicente Guerrero and Nicholas Wing, both at 39, both 3 points behind Loving and Hogue. And Jason Berg in 7th at 38, 1 behind Wing and Guerrero. Mark Mann in 8th at 36, 2 behind Berg. Matthias Swank in that 9th spot at 35, 1 behind Mark, and Nicholas Godina in 10th at 34 points, 1 behind Matthias. We're early. When we get closer toward the end of the regular season, I'll end up adding the top 20 in the point standings. That way everybody knows who's kind of on the outside looking in. Right now we're still early, so don't really see a point really going through the top 20 per se. Of course, if y'all want to look at the full point standings here, let me share you guys a link in chat here tonight. Uh-oh. Well, it may not work. Hang on just a second. Let me see here if I can get the correct one. There you go, right there. Link in the in chat here. That is for the full list of point standings for this series, and of course, you can go on to that right there and also look at the other series as well. But should be a good race out here tonight. Of course, we get 1 fast repair, 2 GWC attempts. 41 drivers out here tonight, so we got a pretty good field out here this evening. Should be pretty stout, should be pretty strong. We'll see here if we can get some separation and some green flag stops out here tonight, and we'll see how the race goes. But we're going to step aside, play the national anthem here tonight. Hang tight, folks. Qualified here at Talladega. We'll be underway when we come back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, 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 brave.
All right, folks, that is our national anthem here tonight, provided by Eric W., who, well, doesn't look like is currently in chat here tonight, but y'all can all let him know when he pops in here this evening that we actually played his version of the national anthem here tonight. So we'll probably alternate between Madison Rising and his version. So we've got both of them, but we're still under practice here. The final 30 seconds of practice right now. Talon Smith up in the top spot. Larry Johnson in second. Joe Thompson sitting right currently in third. And I do believe pitting here tonight is going to be a problem for these drivers, especially at the high rate of speed they're going, and they got to get it down to 55 miles an hour to not get caught speeding. We could have a lot of speeding penalties out here tonight too. Chris, yeah, you're right, they're gonna have their hands full here this evening. Looks like 43 drivers now. All right, well, here we go, getting into qualifying here. Now, I don't know if he is currently out in chat right now. I know he's got kids and everything, but Jason Allison over at iBog, the guy who created our overlays you see here, he is actually in the process of creating some an updated version or some new overlays for MaxspeedTV. So looking forward to seeing those once they are completed. But making overlays is not an easy task, especially when you work and you have kids, you have a wife, and you got to do other stuff too. So you can't spend every day and all day on it. So really looking forward to seeing them, though, when he does get them created and get them done. Looks like we've got about 14 of you out there tuning in right now. Smash the like button here tonight, folks, if you haven't done so already. We do appreciate everybody that is tuning in right at the moment. Just now getting into qualifying. So they only get one lap. Their out lap does not count. Just waiting on really the first times to start rolling in here. Several drivers already on their first lap. Brian Elmore, James Young, James Stats, Chris Coleman, Jason Berg, Joe Thompson, Bubba Winningham, Jason Johnson, Kitty Campos, Joseph Holder, Shane Ward, George Burns, Robert DuPont, Nicholas Godina, just to kind of name a few. We've got a lot of drivers out here, so trying to give everybody some airtime is going to be a little difficult, but we'll give it our best shot. Jason Berg right now in the top spot with his 46.708 lap. And Nicholas Godina just went into fourth. Rick Sanchez! Oh, and he just got beat out by James Polsky, Gabe Butler, and Joe Thompson, as well as Larry Johnson. Robert DuPont just going up into third. Right now, Polsky up in the top spot. Still waiting on the times. More drivers to put in their laps here. James Mayer, Mark Mann. Looks like Wes Ho gonna go into second at the current moment. Adam Kilday, Shane Ward, John Spizek also out on the track. I think it's going to be a pretty good race. What do y'all think? Caution count number here tonight? Let's see here if we can get a poll going. We'll start a poll. All right, poll is up. Caution count. Go and throw your caution vote out there here tonight. And it looks like coming down to the final 50 seconds here. Nicholas Ween, Vicente Guerrero, Shane Ward, Dwayne Corbett, Talon Smith, all out on the track. All right, so it looks like John is saying 6 to 8 out here tonight, which is not too far-fetched, given the amount of drivers we do have. So I can see it. Looks like right now 4 to 6 is got a couple of votes there. Talon, no question about it. Gonna have our poll out here. Looks like for the second straight week. I believe he got it last week as well for the opener. And that is our checkered flag. So let's go ahead and get Talon up here real quick. Looks like he's got his mic muted, but we'll still drag him up here, or try to anyway. There he is right here. Talon, buddy, I know you got your mic muted. You got a copy there?
Oh, yes, sir.
Hey, man, for the second straight week, gonna grab the poll. I know last week it didn't kind of work out for you. Hopefully tonight's a little bit different, man. Hot track tip out there tonight, too. 130-something degrees, man. What are you feeling out there here during practice?
Oh, my God. I mean, the one practice lap I did, it felt pretty loose. I didn't even realize the track was, 133. That is hot. Yeah. I don't even know what to expect. Rex.
Well, Rex, yeah, that's a big possibility. We got a good group out here, looks like, 30, looks like 44 drivers. 44 drivers out here. So, 44 drivers, big track. Going to see a lot of 3 wide out here tonight. Of course, congratulations on the pole. What's the key to victory out here tonight?
Survival.
Survival. All righty, buddy. We'll let you get to it, man. Good luck down there here tonight. We'll see what happens, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, I believe he got it last week. If y'all can, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But Yeah, he did. He got it last week as well. All right, we wanted to confirm that. All right, well, let's go ahead and grid them up here tonight for the first time here this evening. Talon Smith, of course, with the pole, 46.501. Congratulations to Talon on pole. Row number 1 with him. It's going to be James Polsky. They're in that second spot. Row 2, Wes Hogue, Gabe Butler. Row 3, Robert DuPont, Anthony English. Row 4, Steve Loving, Joe Thompson. Row number 5, Vicente Guerrero and Dwayne Corbett. That's our top 10. Row 6, Larry Johnson, Rick Sanchez. Row 7, George Burns, Joseph Holder. Row number 8, it's going to be Shane Calhoun and Jason Berg. Row number 9, Adam Kilday, Mark Mann. And row 10, rounding out the top 20 is Brian Elmore and Kenny Campos. Row 11, Aaron Walker, James Mayer. Row number 12, Nicholas Godina and Nicholas Wing. So a battle of the Nicholases back here. Row 13, Ron Walters, Matthew Holder. Row 14, Bubba Winningham, John Spizek. Row 15, Jesse Meyer and Chris Coleman, rounding out the top 30. Row 16, Alex Green, Jason Johnson. Row 17, Eric Lurie, Harold Rothery. Row number 18, James Stats, Austin Norris. And row 19, it looks like starting of the non-qualifiers is going to be Matthias Swank, Shane Ward. Row 20, Robert Thurange, James Young. Row 21, Christopher Jordan, Andrew Schroeder. Hopefully he is feeling better here tonight. Nice to see him back out on the track. And row 22, riding shotgun, is going to be Gene Watkinson in that 44th spot. Man, 44 drivers. And it looks like Shane Calhoun and Joe Thompson, it doesn't look like they gridded here. I do not know if they will start on pit road. They may. It looks like Gabe Butler, George Burns, Aaron Walker, Matthew Holder. It looks like a couple of guys going to be starting on pit road here tonight. So even though they got a good qualifying, they probably don't want to start there. So they're just going to go ahead and roll off here. Once the green flag drops, pace car will make that dive to the safety of pit road. Talon James up front here. The OP TNT 87 Series, round number 2, season 2 here at Talladega. Talladega, English's landscaping and snow plowing. Here we go, folks. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We are racing at Talladega here tonight. Voiding the first lap mayhem. Yeah, that's gonna be the key as well. It does look like several drivers maybe started on pit road. Wow, I did not realize that. Anthony English, Joe Thompson, Vicente, George, Aaron, Matthew, Gabe, and Eric Lurie all started on pit road. Talon Smith already falling back here into that 7th, 8th spot. Wes did have it. Now Dwayne Corbett going to take over the lead here with the 5 of Rick Sanchez. First lap here tonight looks like might go to the 9. We will see at the line. The 9 of Dwayne Corbett has got the first lap here tonight. 69 more laps to go. Looks like everybody, most part, giving everybody some room. Alex Green, Bubba Winningham, James Stats. Oh no, we got a car off pace here. We got some dodging. 3 into the wall, and we're going to have a yellow here. I want to go back a little bit further here because I know we had a car flying, the 014. Don't have a 014, but there it is. Yep, that's Jesse Meyer is getting off pace here. Did that wall. Oh, yep, that wall bit him, it looks like. Him a little bit too high up out of the wall, and it bit him right there, and he goes down. And it looks like the 3-2 of Alex Green might have did the same thing here. Got into the wall, right down into the 6 of Bubba Winningham, and then the 3 and the 2 of James Stats going to get connected together here. It looks like the 30 in the wrong spot there. He's going to get some damage there with the 30. Oh, man. So the first yellow here tonight. Coming on lap number 2 here. So it wasn't first lap mayhem, but it was close, John. So with one lap down, really almost 2 laps down, do you think they'll come down pit road? I know Jesse come down. It looks like he might have had to tow. He's going to have a meatball. It looks like Chris Coleman also has a meatball here in that 270 machine. I imagine a couple of fast repairs going to have to be used here early on here, and not what they really wanted, but it looks like Rick Sanchez is going to go ahead and lead them all down pit road, and knowing that 42% fuel is not a lot of fuel. It looks like Jason Berg, though, has decided to stay out, as well as Brian Elmore, John Spizek, and Kenny Campos. So couple of different strategies early on here. Maybe they getting that lap led, getting that bonus point, because they do get a bonus point for leading a lap. So, well, John, you need to get out here and race with them on Thursdays. I know you race with them on Saturdays, but I think Thursdays would be fun. Shane Ward out in chat here tonight, too. How you doing, Shane? So we'll see here if Berg, Elmore, Spizek, Campos. Let's see if these guys do come down this time. Jason Johnson, it looks like, might have come down, missed his box. James Young might have done the same thing, and Gabe Butler. Of course, we know a couple of these drivers started in the back, Gabe being one of them, started on pit road. Oh, I see, John. You might need to come under, you might not be able to, I don't know. Try to come watch it under my name. I know iRacing's been having some problems, but we all had to go under Alex Green here tonight, so, because it wasn't showing up under any of them, even though the lobby was launched. Alex, I guess, was able to get in. A few of them were able to get in, but about 90% of us had to go under Alex's name. You work Sunday through Thursday. I get it, and I get it. So Saturdays is about your only night that you have to race then. All right, well, Berg, Elmore, Spizek, Hogue, Campos, Corbett, DuPont, Sanchez, Loving, Johnson. We got Jason and Larry. Polsky, Walters, Kilday, Winningham. We're all three Holder, Norris, Swank, and Matthew Holder. We got Joseph and Matthew. That is rounding out our top 20 here. Coming to lap number 6. We're on lap 5 right now. So I'm into lap number 6, and man, I've got a busy schedule this weekend before we get started. Some yard work I got to do in the morning, and then tomorrow night I got to go do a DJ gig until 3 a.m. and then I got to come home, get some sleep, and then go back Saturday morning and do one from 11 to 3. Go back, unload, come back, get a little bit of nap, and then Saturday night OP Unlimited. And then Sunday, folks, Sunday night, we start the Checker Flag Motorsport Speedway Monkeys. I call them Super Speedway Monkeys because they race super speedways, but they do have a track or two that's not on it, but we'll get more on that later. But that'll be Sunday night, and then Monday, the OP Spring Fling Monday night. So busy this week, but we'll get her did. We always do. Here we go, folks. Jason Berg, green flag is out on the loud pedal. 54 following of John Spizek. 14 of Brian Elmore on the outside here. Is the 14 going to drop it down to the bottom, or is he going to stay? He looks like he is going to go ahead and fall down to the bottom here. We'll see how long he stays down there. 52-38 on the outside here. That is Kitty Campos and Wes Hogue. Here comes the 9 of Dwayne Corbett shooting to the top side in front of the 52. Rick Sanchez, shall not, and that's what we call him. Wes Hogue, Robert DuPont. Where's the OG at? I said I was gonna say that. The OG is Alex Green. So if y'all mention, if y'all hear me say the OG, that's Alex Green right there. The OG right there. I said I was gonna start calling him that here tonight. So. Yeah, Bob, it's all, they're all having all sorts of problems, so it's all right, just sit there and watch, moderate chat. We got plenty of moderators out there, you and Brendan, it looks like, the only two at the moment, but I'll definitely need you Saturday, for sure, because I'm going to be tired. Here we go, though, got some action up here with the 38 of Hogue. Still yet, side by side though. Looks like everybody giving some room. Checking on everybody else. Single file here. And kind of mid-pack, just inside of the top 15. Jason Johnson, Harold Rothery, Austin Norris. And then you got some side by side back here. But for the most part is pretty tame. Not a whole lot going on at the moment. There's Shane Ward right there in the 39. Shane is actually, or was in chat here tonight. There's our old good buddy Yeti Machines right there in Rick C. Brands. Oh, no. Looks like they're doing a little bit of bumping up here. Looks like Talon and was that, might have been the 35 of Holder. Got connected together a little bit. Here comes Rick, though, coming right up to the tail end of the 35. Let's go check on our leaders here once again. Looks like Jason Berg still leading the way here with Spizek up in second, Wes Hogue third. But, wow, Rick Sanchez working that top of line here, and it is working out for him. He is up to second. Uh-oh, somebody's blinking out. And that's the 54, 3 wide here at Talladega. We're going to see a lot of that. Uh-oh, something happened to the 90 of Ron Walters. Oh, it grabbed. The wall grabbed him, and it wouldn't let go. He is going to fall all the way back to about 38th here as the OG of Alex Green goes around him. Paul, wow! Yeah, it has been a little bit. How are you doing, bud? Yeah, it's been a little while. I know you've been kind of away. How you been? How you holding up? Oh no, we got a yellow though. Looks like Robert Thorenz in the 30 possibly. Oh, that looks like maybe the 20029 or 29 and the 30 here. Possibly might have got a little oh, might have been the 29, might have got into the wall. Yes, he did right there. And that kind of checked up Robert Thorenz here. We could all see it right here as the 29 machine was coming, popped the wall, checked up the 30, and then the 30, it looks like, might have got tagged there by the STP-43 machine, and that sent Thorenz around. He tried to save it, but, you know, when you're at a high rate of speed like that, it's hard to do. It really is. So, looks like Thorenz was able to keep it off the wall, so good deal. All right. Paul out there talking about driving backwards already. Yeah, well, I'm doing all right. I had a scare last year. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I had a big scare, health scare last year of 2025. Had a massive heart attack and had to have open heart surgery, and it was pretty scary. But I'm doing good. Holding up, taking it a day at a time. Of course, 2025 was pretty rough. All get out. Yeah, I'm doing good, doing really good. You know, still taking it a day at a time. I still have my days. Everybody coming down pit road here, so we're going to see some pit stops. I think everybody's probably going to come down. I don't think anybody will stay out. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's going to stay out here. Chris Coleman, though, now he will, if he does not come down pit road, which it looks like he will be the lucky dog. He will go ahead and get his lap back here. So it looks like we've got some people sharing pit stops here, pit stalls, because you know how many drivers we have out here tonight. Yeah, doing good. Wes Hogue, Dwayne Corbett, Larry Johnson, Talon Smith, Adam Kilday, Harold Rothery, Matthias Swank, Mark Mann, Rick Seabrands, Gabe Butler, Bubba Winningham, Rick Sanchez, Jason Berg, James Mayer, Robert DuPont, Steve Loving, Anthony English, George Burns, John Spizek, Joseph Holder, top 20 off of pit road. Brian Elmore, Shane Ward, Nicholas Wing, Aaron Walker, James Stats, Eric Laurie, Andrew Schroeder. And it looks like Andrew not running a Jets car out here tonight. Maybe he doesn't have one painted for this car. He's 27. Joe Thompson, 28. Matthew Holder, 29th. Kitty Campos, 30th. Lights are still on. The pace car here should go off this coming up time by. Yeah, I had a 99% blockage, a 90% blockage, and a 75% blockage. They found the 75% blockage first, and they were just going to stent it, but then they continued on looking at my heart and everything and found the other two, and that kind of pretty much solidified surgery, unfortunately, because the surgeon said that as the lights go off on the pace car here, the surgeon said that he could stent them, but I would be back in 5 years anyway to have open heart. So I just, you know what? I said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and fix it. And there was some unforeseen circumstances during the operation. After they got it done, they shocked my heart and everything. It wouldn't start back up properly, so they had to put in an impaler. in and put that in. I was on it for 3 days, but it's definitely an experience that I don't wish on anybody. Now, let me rephrase that. I do not wish that on anybody because that is very, very painful. Chris Bridebaker, yeah, I am too, honestly. I think Andrew's like, you know what? If I can push the pedal, I'm going. And I think that's what he's definitely trying to do here is just, you know, push the pedal and going. He might even be using a cane to press the gas pedal and then using his left foot for maybe the brake. I know a lot of people, you know, use their left foot for the brake. I'd use the auto clutch, but because I'm not very good at clutching, so. All right, well, pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road once again, coming to lap 14 here tonight. But my ejection fraction is up to 45% now, so it's getting better compared to what it was when I went in there. Here we go. Coming to lap 14. Wes Hogue on the loud pedal. Green's out a little bit late on the green there, Mr. Flagman. John, is that you waving the flag up there? You need to be a little bit more on the... Oh, no, we're going to have a quick yellow here. Like there. Oh, looks like the 6. The 126. And I don't know who else. We're going to get a closer look at this, though, because it was right up top here. Pull out 126 all over the back end of Bubba Winningham. And, yeah, maybe a little bit of net code there, too. The hit boxes not lining up. And the 126 pushed that car right up into Bubba. Bubba right down into the 27 of Loving. And... well, unfortunately, it was on from there. The 29 going to plow through. He's going to get some damage. 35, 69. They're going to get a piece of one another. They're both going to get some damage here as well. Oh, man. There's the 29. Right here. The 2 of James Stats involved in this as well, and it looks like right there, yeah, he was in the trying to find out where he looks like he was just in the right there. He got popped by the 35, and that sent him up into the wall. And looks like, yeah, that Jason Johnson going to get some more damage after getting hit there, too. Man, this is not what you want to see. It looks like James Stats out of the race out here tonight. He's already taken it behind the wall. Jason Johnson's got a meatball, and he does not have a fast repair left. So that might be his night as well here this evening. All right, well, it looks like we got a little bit of a tie here between 4 to 6, 6 to 8 on the... it was supposed to be 7 to 9 and then 10 plus. I don't know what happened there, but we have a tie between 4 to 6, 6 to 8 on the caution count here tonight. Jason's going to need 2 fast repairs. Yeah, well, we only get 1, so... you know, it looks like Wes Hogue, Harold Rothery, looks like they went ahead and stayed out, as well as Berg, John Spizek, Joseph Holder, and Brian Elmore, Kenny Campos. Everybody else, though, coming down pit road, 16 laps into this race. let's go ahead, if we can, and try to get our sponsor up here tonight, if I can find him. There's a lot of people in Discord, so let me see here if I can find Mr. Anthony English here tonight, coming off of Pit Road. Anthony, buddy, got a copy?
You just scared the crap out of me.
I'm good at that. You know that, right?
You are.
Oh, man. Well, hot track conditions out here tonight, really showing its stuff up here, buddy. Of course, a big shout out to you, man. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's race here. English's Landscaping and Snow Plowing. But, man, talk about it down there. You've had some yellows out here tonight. What's it feel like down there, buddy?
Tight. Very tight. It's so tight, you need like 4 people to open that pickle jar.
Oh my gosh, is it not loose at all?
I mean, I think you're so tight that you're putting so much wheel into it that if you get somebody to get right up on your butt, it'll make you loose.
Oh.
I think that's the only reason why anybody's getting loose. It's just we're putting so much wheel into it because it's just so tight with it being so warm. It just puts you in that like middle of that unbalanced feeling.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, we still got a lot of laps left here. This track's so big, man. I mean, 16 laps into this race. You know, we've got a lot of laps still to go. What's it going to take to get up there and, you know, blow West Hope's doors off here tonight?
I think you got to survive it first.
You got to survive it first.
Yeah, it's looking a little hectic still, so I'm just going to be chilling at the back probably for another 40 laps. And depending on where everything looks, another 30 to 40 laps, I'll try to get something, I think.
All right. Well,
I don't want to go crazy. I had a good first week, so I just need to be solid this week and the rest of the season now. So
yeah, definitely.
I ain't gonna kill it for another win or anything.
So you want to wreck you for a Klondike bar?
I'll park it for a Klondike bar.
You'll park it for a Klondike bar?
I love Klondike bars.
All right, everybody, send him a Klondike bar. Let him park it. He's already got a win out here tonight. All righty, buddy. Awesome job out here tonight.
It's got to show up to me unmelted, though. That's the only way I'll accept it.
Oh, okay.
Nobody likes a melted one. Jeez.
Yeah, we got that. That might be a little bit of a problem because you live like.
I do have PayPal, Cash App, and I also accept Venmo.
Oh, okay.
You want to buy me some Klondike?
Wow. Okay. All right, throwing a little bit of a plug out there.
But yeah, no, it's tight. I think once we get some of this, we get it strung out a little bit, maybe we'll get some green flag stops and stuff. But we'll see.
We'll see. All righty, buddy. We'll let you get to it. Big good luck down there tonight, Anthony. And again, thank you for sponsoring tonight's race, buddy.
Thank you much. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Or you have a good one, not you guys. I mean, I don't know. You could have multiple personalities.
Could. All right, buddy. Good luck.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that was Alex Green. Anthony English. Oh, he's definitely going to kill me on that one. I was looking at Alex's name when I said that. So that was Anthony English out here tonight, not Alex Green. Wow, he's definitely going to kill me over that one. All right, well, a pace car will dive off here to the safety of pit road. Wes Hogue, Harold Rothery in row 1 up top. Wes is our leader. Right now, currently has led 6 laps. And, of course, looking to try to lead, that final lap here tonight. So, here we go into the restart zone once again. And the green is back out. Here we go. On Anthony's car? I didn't really look at it. Oh, back green here. Everybody trying to get up to speed. And, of course, trying to find the best spot on the track. Already drivers reaching 200. Man, 212 miles an hour for Wes here. John Spizek blinking out there a little bit. 3 wide back here. That's the 14 of Brian, Mark Mann, and the 9 of Dwayne Corbett, but that didn't last long. I would expect going 3 wide again back here with Matthias Swank. Almost 3 wide-ish. 25.66, 111.57. There is that number 3. 3 wide again up ahead of them. The 27. Whoa! That is the 3, the OG, Alex Green. I'm going to have to change his name in here. Looks like, Jordan off pace here. Falling back a little bit. Good save, though. We do have a yellow, though. And I am trying to find out where this was. Oh, right here. It looks like the 111 and the 66. Making contact here. Oh, right there it was. Looks like going into the corner, maybe. 111. Looks like the 111 might have stayed right there. Matthias looks like might have, definitely come down right in front of the 111. That is Mean Gene Watkinson. It even says it on the back, Mean Gene. So I'm not making that up. Was everybody else, though, able to get around that 111 as well? Nope. Oh, man. Gene took a hit right there by the 270 of Chris Coleman. Well, cockpit here on Chris. And I think, see, he's going low, and there is nothing Chris could have done. I don't even know if stopping would have been able, if he would have even been able to do that. I think he might have clipped the 64 there, too. And he plows right into Gene here. Oh, man. Well, unfortunately, that's going to end Gene's night here tonight. He does not have a fast repair. He's already taken it behind the wall. Chris Coleman does not have a fast repair. Now, Matthias does. He is sitting on pit road at the moment. I think he might have had to tow, so he should be able to get that towed and then get it back out there on the racetrack here. But we've lost 3 drivers, possibly 4. Possibly even 5. As Jesse Meyer, see, Jesse is, okay, Jesse's on pit road, never mind. Chris Coleman. So yeah, Chris Coleman would be our 4th driver if he takes it behind the wall. He needs something, Chris. That had to hurt. All right, well, 17 watching, 7 likes. Can we hit 10, 15 likes out here tonight? Right now, we're sitting at 4 yellows, so we are in that 4 to 6 right at the moment. 50 laps still yet to go here, so still a lot of laps still to speak of. Let's see here if maybe I can find somebody else to talk to here tonight. Maybe talk to Godina here real quick. Nicholas Godina, Joshua in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Nicholas. Well, you're sitting right now back at 20th. You started 23rd. It's been kind of a rough start here. A couple of yellows, about 4 of them so far. You know, how's the car feeling out here tonight? How's the race itself going for you, though?
I don't think we've had enough green flag laps to figure out how our tires and how we're racing yet.
Yeah, I don't think we have either. You think maybe if we can get at least 1 green flag stop in here, do you think maybe that'll determine what y'all need to do throughout the rest of the race?
I think if we get at least 10 laps in, I think we'll be all good.
Be at least 10 laps in. We'll be all good. All righty, Nicholas. I'm not going to keep you, man. Looks like you guys are going to get double file here. So good luck down there, buddy, for the rest of the race.
Yes, thank you. You too.
All right. Well, that is Nicholas Godin out there here tonight. Set right now. Now moved up into, it looks like, the 17th spot. After we have seen some drivers come back down pit road, lap number 23, when we get our green here. All right, well, we hit that 10 like mark out here tonight. Another big shout out again to Anthony English out here tonight. English's landscaping and snow plowing. I know if Eric was out there, he would say English is land plowing and snowscaping because he likes to change words up on us. But it'll be Berg, Spizek, Norris, Brian Elmore, Kilday, Hogue, Rothery, Durans, DuPont, Corbett, Loving, Polsky, Young, the OG Alex Green, Guerrero, rounding out our top 15 here, coming to the restart. Yes, I'm gonna keep that OG in there, the OG in there. Alex Green is one of the founding members of OP, but you know you cannot take away from credits here for all the admins over here at OP for keeping this going. There's so many of them. It's hard to name, but I know Alex, Bubba Winningham, Anthony English. Oh, and the Wednesday people. I had a brain fart. I'll think of it in a minute. Here we go. Coming to the restart here. Lap number 23. Jason Berg on the loud pedal. Back underway here tonight at Talladega. Still a whole lot of laps still yet to go. We're not even halfway here. '57, Austin Doris. Now caught out there on the outside by himself. He doesn't really have any help. He's got help coming. All right, so it looks like 38 is going to go high here. Maybe going to help pull him up closer. Well, no, not at the moment. Dwayne Corbett, though, and the 9 is coming up on him, as well as the 93 of James Polsky. The 3 of the OG of Alex Green, the 41 right there as well of Vicente Guerrero. I'm still so used to him being in the 14, but he's in the 41 here on Thursday night. So 3 wide right up ahead of Vicente. About 2 cars up, 27 right up ahead. And now we're going to go back to 3 wide and side by side still yet. That is the 30, 27, and the 93 here. 30, 27, 93. And Jason Berg still has company on him. Oh, we've got a yellow. Oh, no, Christopher Jordan. What happened, buddy? Oh, no, it looks like him and Matthias. It looks like, oh, no, Jordan hit the wall coming out of turn 2. And Matthias, I believe that is in the 66. Oh, if I can find him. Yeah, Matthias, yeah. Just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Oh, and he was coming back up, too. And there wasn't anything Matthias could have done. And Christopher goes airborne here. The air catches the back end of that car and flips him. And he goes lid for lid here, and he is still continuing to flip. Well, y'all know what we do here at MaxspeedTV is we go cockpit. So we're gonna go cockpit here on Christopher Jordan from the time he hit the wall until, well, the time is, of course, if you get motion sickness, don't watch. There was nothing he could have done once that car left that ground, and lid for lid he goes. Man. Oh, boy, that makes me sick just watching it. Man, oh, man. Man, tough break for Christopher. He can't catch a break out here tonight. Or, you know, just catch a break in general. Man. Right, Paul? Chris, that's coming. I've got it downloaded. I've just got to get it into OBS. Don't worry, that's coming. That's coming. John's out there getting sick already. I said if you get motion sickness, don't watch it. The intro music that we have now was actually made by Eric W. Of course, y'all know him in chat here, one of our moderators. So, but that's coming. Don't. I was gonna say don't hold me to it, but hold me to it because it's coming. I gotta get it in. I've been so busy with everything, and I'm gonna be busy this whole weekend. So I'll try to make some time to get it all taken care of. So it looks like John Spizek. John has taken his car behind the wall, even though he had a fast repair left. Christopher Jordan's got a fast repair, but he had to tow. So he's probably going to end up using that fast repair once he's able to. I don't know if Spizek is out in chat yet. I would like to figure out what happened. He's only 2 laps down. All right, here we go. Lights are off. Let's go ahead and scroll back up here. Berg, Rothery, Hogue, Norris, Corbett, Kilday, Green, DuPont, James Young, Steve Loving. Is Steve going to be able to beat him back? I don't believe he did. Nope, he did not beat him to the blue line. So Steve is going to have to, it looks like, fall back, I do believe, to the tail end here. So Jason Berg is going to be our leader. Man, that hurts for Steve because, you know, Steve was up there. Looks like he is going to fall in line here at about 15th. We'll see if that is where it puts him. It's looking like that's where it's going to put him. The time, John, yeah, I mean, I could see it. Tire changes for fast repairs. I mean, Yeah, but it would have to be a full set of tires, a full 4, you know. Paul, he just needs some milk. I don't know, Chris. That would be something I would have to talk to Bubba about. All right, here we go. Coming to the restart here. Lap number 28 here tonight. All right, green is back out. Sorry, I'm doing 900,000 things at one time. I'm ADHD. All right, well, if we can get a run here. I'm still watching it here. Man, be careful. Oh, no! 45 of a holder. Popping the wall there. Nobody got into him. He didn't get into anybody. Everybody's all right. And here comes the 6 of Bubba Winningham, the 4 of Rick C. Brands, the 04 Mark Mann. They're going to try to get around a holder here. The 45 of Joseph. It looks like the 4 is still trying. It looks like he hasn't completed it yet. We'll see here. Nope, not going to be able to do it into turn 1 here either. Boy, a battle for the lead, though, between Berg and Hogue, though. This is heating up here, folks. All right, another yellow coming out. And it looks like possibly, oh no, Joseph Holder involved in this too. He was just talking about Holder. And it looks like the 41 possibly going to get involved in this. Vicente Guerrero was the product of the wall. Nope, it was a product of the 41. He coming a little bit too far up on the track. And the 44 of Joseph Holder right there. That's going to send them both into the outside of wall. I don't know how in the world they all was able to get around Holder and Vicente, but they did. And no Presta going to have some damage on that car. Vicente, Joseph Holder's going to have some damage on the 45 there as well. Joseph doesn't even have a front bumper here. Missing pretty much that whole front clip. Like almost every single bit of the front clip here before he gets into pit road here. We're going to spin it around here. Yeah, and he's got some wheel damage on that car too. No doubt about it. Fast repair definitely going to have to be used here. It is not showing a meatball, but I would imagine he's definitely got some steering problems from the way that those front tires are turning there down pit road. So we're definitely going to see another fast repair for one of these drivers being used here tonight. No, he can't park there. And the draft, I know, Chris. I know. That is a little strange. All right, it looks like we're going to have a mid-race report here. All right, looks like we're going to might even have it under green flag conditions. I really don't like doing that. I don't know. All right, looks like a mid-race report here with Well, with James Mayer here, let's go ahead and see here if we can find him. I know he's here somewhere. All right, you marked? Hey, James, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good. How are you?
Hey, man, well, I was told a mid-race report here tonight. You wanted to do it, so we'll go ahead and kind of turn it over to you. I kind of see what's going on down there here tonight, but, you know, as a driver out there, you're down there, you feel it, you see it. What are you seeing out there? Give us that report.
Chaos everywhere. Hot track, tight setups. So it's just send it in there, hope it sticks, and just hang on. You know, and try to keep it clean so you can try to be there at the end. But we got to get some laps in.
Yeah. How many laps do you think it's going to take to maybe figure something out? You know, 10 laps?
For a long run, I don't know if we're gonna get that. So it might just be a 2-lap green white checker to figure it out.
A 2-lap green white checker to figure it out. Well, we're cockpit here with you. You know, let's kind of talk about it. You know, I know the hot track conditions out here tonight they're extremely high. I think we started it at 134. And we are setting right now at 128, so it's still pretty warm out there. What's the, you know, but getting around a driver with the track conditions, is it bad? What's the draft like? Because me and Chris noticed it ain't really doing much.
No, yeah, I mean, it's like I said with the car, it's pretty tight. So if you get into that corner, you're gonna slide up. There's no stopping that. So yeah, I don't know. Take the runs when you can get them, but you're gonna have to drive it in the corner and be prepared to lift and you know, control the slide up the track.
Oh, one question for you. I know these are fixed setups. So, you know, do y'all go in and make adjustments to, you know, make them fixed, or is it straight what iRacing gives you?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
You do not know the answer to that. Okay.
I do not know the answer to that. I don't know if they tweak the iRacing setup or not. But
okay. Well, what we're
I know, seeing. But you know, when you're running 2:15-ish into the corner by yourself, you know, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
And these cars.
Yeah.
These cars don't handle the best to begin with, so.
No. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should tweak them and turn them down a little bit. You know, maybe we'll get some better racing out of it. But, yeah, so far for our strategy, it's just to keep it clean and try to avoid some of the madness here, just to be there for the end.
Yeah, we're coming up on the halfway mark, so it's going to get pretty wild here if it hasn't been wild already. So, James, thank you for that mid-race report. If we remember, we'll try to pull you up here toward closer to the end if things don't calm down. If they calm down, then, well, I guess we'll just let you race it out and see what happens, buddy. James, again, thank you for the mid-race report. Anthony, let me know. So, you know, go out there and see what you got, man. Give it all you can.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, bud. All right. Well, that is James out here tonight. Of course, everybody, for the most part, calls him Jim, but I know him by James. So, well, pace car does dive off to the safety of a pit road. And the green is back out once again. Here we go, folks. If we can get a green flag stop in at least one, that will kind of separate the field out. this is gonna be a big wreck. Big wreck. The 85 of Adam Kilday. Right there is where it all started. Oh my golly, I'm gonna have to get a closer look at this because man, the 14 and the 126 was right here. So I don't really know. It looks like right there. Oh man, okay. So maybe man, that happened, I think, simultaneously. 126 comes right up into the 85. And then the 14 was right there at the exact same time. And that is going to send Adam Kilday around. Adam just, there wasn't nothing Adam, there wasn't anything Adam could have done in that situation. I mean, these cars are not easy to save, and a big wreck back behind them, too. The 35, the 04, the 4, boy, man. That 35 takes a tumble as well. And, well, y'all know it's another one of those ordeals here that we got to look at. We'll get on the 35 of the 04 and find out what happened there. So let me find let's find the 04. His number, oh, well, nope, there's the 35. So we will find out what happened to the 35 of the 04 here. So the 04 of Mark Mann. Oh, I see what happened. It looks like the 35 of a Holder, Matthew, jumped right up trying to get around. It looks like the 41. Mark Mann was right there. He was not clear. And that is going to take out the 4. Looks like the 90. Matthew Holder's going to get a piece. They're going to fly by Adam Kilday. And, man, Matthew Holder took a ride. Good Lord Almighty. All right, well, let's go cockpit here with Holder since we did it with the other driver that went lid for lid here. So right here is where you're going to see Matthew go up, and then, well, it was on from there. Just, you know, take your hands off the steering wheel and hope for the best. And, man, Holder he just kept going. All right. Well, I did not do a disclaimer there, but, you know, y'all know the drill on that one. Man. You know, Everett out there in chat, how you doing? Yeah, he tumbled ride. Yep, tumbled ride. Well, halfway here tonight. Robert DuPont does have a lap lead with no front bumper, no front clip there. He does not have a fast repair either. Joseph Holder doesn't have a fast repair. We'll see if both of these guys come down pit road. It doesn't look like it, but they could surprise me. Nope, they're not coming down. Looks like Wing also not. Everybody else come down. Looks like Talon's also coming down, back down. So a lot more drivers coming back down. Sanchez, James, George, Shane stayed out. Joe Thompson, Aaron Walker, Gabe Butler, these guys coming down pit road once again, making sure they have the fuel. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and end that poll here. And we'll see where it all is at the moment. It looks like 4 to 6 right now, 6 to 8, 9 plus. 1 to 3 didn't get any. So we are set right at the moment now, 7. So we are in the 6 to 8. I thought 42%. Well, could see a few more, definitely, for sure. Holder, DuPont, Wing, Rothery, Polsky, Loving, James Young, Wes Hogue, Vicente, Nicholas Godina, Shane Ward, Brian Elmore, Ron Walters, Talon Smith, Rick Seabrands, Rick Sanchez, James Mayer, Anthony English, George Burns, Joe Thompson. That's our top 20. Here we go. Coming to the restart here once again. Robert, no front clip at all. He is leading us to the green. Boy, that was a little late of a green there. And back underway here tonight at Talladega. English's Landscaping and Snow Plowing. Again, a big shout out to Anthony English for sponsoring tonight's race. Here we go. Oh, 45. Joseph Holder getting shuffled back here. He was able to keep it straight, keep it under control. Going to fall back, it looks like, to about the 12th spot, as Dwayne Corbett comes flying around him. So Joseph falling back here. James Polsky taking over point with Godina and Wing in a close 3. James Young, Steve Loving, Harold Rothery, Wes Hogue, Shane Ward, Vicente. We got a whole mess of them back here at about the 4th on back. And they are racing it up like it's the final lap. Still got a lot of laps, guys. Y'all definitely can't make it to the end. Y'all will have to pit, so y'all really need to. Oh, no! 45 into the wall. Holder. He is able to get it off the wall, but man, there was a bunch of action up here too. Looks like, I believe that might have been Harold Rothery and somebody else. Yellow's out. And right here, the 48, the 57, 48 of Christopher Jordan, the 57 of Austin Norris, and it looks like Austin might have just lost the wheel on that one. Yep, just snapped on him. Nothing he could have done. Mark Mann was able to, it looks like, get around, but the 48 of Jordan, just an innocent bystander. Not much you can do in a situation like that either, Christopher. Man, both of them going to have some damage. 57's going to get off on the track here. And the yellow is out once again. All right, well, Chris. You're not wrong. We do have several drivers a lap down. Joseph Holder, he'll probably end up going a lap down here. So right now, 24 drivers on the lead lap. And we've got, let's see here. We will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 drivers. 1 lap down. And then 1 driver 2 laps down. That would be Andrew Schroeder. Looks like Rick Seabrand's. We've got some drivers down pit road here too. All right, let me see here. All right, there you go. There's y'all some 3 options right there. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and hang on, let me end that real quick. I did it wrong again. All right, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and then 21 to 30 plus. There we go. There we go. Now we got a new one going. All right. There's your options there. So let's see here where we're at. Vicente, James, Nicholas, Wes, Steve, Dwayne, Rick, Shane, Harold, Brian Elmore, top 10. Gabe James is coming back down or on pit road. I believe he might. Yeah, he just come down pit road. It looks like George Burns. Several drivers coming back down as well. So gonna be hard to say who's where. It looks like 11 to 20 right now is saying finish. Now I am including those that are laps down. So you keep that into consideration when you're voting. Just because they are laps down, if they finish the race laps down, they still finish. So keep that in mind. So Vicente and Godena will be our front 2 here. Coming to lap 44 here tonight. Speaking of 44, the 44 of Anthony English, our sponsor here tonight. Running back in 19th. I qualified 6th. But I believe he was one of the drivers to decide to start on pit road, I do believe. And he is setting himself up for what is to be probably a good finish. He still has, 19 other drivers ahead of him, and he's going to have to, make some ground up, but still plenty of laps to do so as long as you keep your car clean and stay out of trouble. But lap number 44 here tonight, coming to the restart. And the green is out. Vicente on the loud pedal, and we are back underway here. Real quick caution count, 8 right now for 16 laps, 27 laps to go. Taking a look at our track temp. Once again, 127 degrees, so still stifling out there on the track, considering, you know, they have been out there quite some time, but still really no change. You know, 127 degrees, 134 degrees, not much of a difference. About 7 degree difference. No, but if you live in the South, you know that, you know, if it's 107 and then it's 100, not much of a difference. Same concept. Or if you live in the North and it's, you know, 32 degrees and then it's 25 degrees, it's still cold. So 3 wide here, 38 up the gut. That's Wes Hogue. Wes not afraid to go. Oh, we're going to have a 4 wide situation. Nope. Dwayne Corbett said, no, we ain't doing it yet. Nope. I think if it was after the white flag, I think Dwayne probably would have done it. But we're not white flag. Whoa! 41.93. Making a little bit of contact there. But both drivers able to keep it straight. 3 wide again, 38 right in the middle of this one, Wes, and then the 21 of Wing right behind him. Man, they are, boy, that 93 is a weaving and a bobbing here, or a bobbing and a weaving. James Polsky. Last week at Daytona, James. Oh no! Go Dina! Oh wow! No, it looks like possibly him and the 9 of Dwayne Corbett making a little bit of contact there. Turn the camera here a little bit. Let's see here. It looks like maybe Godina come down just a little bit too far. Dwayne might have come up a little bit too. I know we definitely see Godina there coming down, but that is definitely going to send Godina right up into the outside wall. And I don't know how in the world some of these drivers were able to get through it. The 126, the 69, the 88. You would think they would have a little bit of damage here for sure. And Nicholas Godina. Then Nicholas takes a hard lick there by the 64. Oh, man. Well, does Godina... Yeah, Godina does have a fast repair, but Godina is going to have to tow it. So we have lost Alex Green, Jesse Meyer, Joseph Holder, Andrew Schroeder, Jason Berg, Robert Thorenz, John Spizek, Kenny Campos, Matthias Swank, Chris Coleman, Eugene Watkinson, Jason Johnson, and James Stats. Several drivers, though, still had fast repairs left. I don't know why. Maybe they were just tired of the yellows. And that could be the case, too. Just, wanting to call it a night and get ready for the, for next week. Man. John. Well, big possibility it could be. All right, well, here we go. All right, James Polsky, Brian Elmore, Wes Hogue, Joe Thompson, Nicholas Wing, Harold Rothery, Robert DuPont, Shane Ward, Anthony English, Steve Loving, James Young, Matthew Holder, Dwayne Corbett, Vicente Guerrero, Talon Smith, George Burns. We got some drivers coming off of pit road here. Rick Seabrands, Rick Sanchez, Battle of the Ricks back here. James Murray will try to get him back up here in a little bit. Aaron Walker, Gabe Butler does have a black flag. Eric Laurie, Mark Mann, Ron Walters, Bubba Winningham rounding out our top 25 drivers on the lead lap. Larry Johnson will be our first driver a lap down. So here we go. Coming to the restart, lap number 50. All right, here we go. Lap number 50, the OPTNT Series 87 Series, Season 2, round number 2. Getting back underway here. Green's back out. Lap number 50, folks. Here we go. Brian Elmore on the loud pedal here. You know, if Anthony English back here in the 44 can somehow pull this out and win both races to start the season off, that will definitely help him out in the standings. James Polsky, though, in second place here in the point standings. Right now, our current leader. He is looking to capitalize on some points here, but, you know, still setting pretty strong. Harold Rothery right there in that third place spot. Boy, them two right up ahead of Harold, though, getting really touchy. And Harold's going to have to figure something out. As the 77 of Joe Thompson, 27 of Steve Loving, 14 of Brian Elmore, 44 of Anthony English and company, and group flying back up toward the front. 20 laps to go here, folks. 20 laps remain here tonight. Rewind 39. Shane Ward up the gut. He's got help. Adam Kilday right behind him, the 64. Right behind them, 64 though, is Larry Johnson, who is a lap down. Nicholas Godina is a lap down as well. He is the first driver a lap down. Him and Adam Kilday and Larry. Christopher Jordan is a lap down as well. So it looks like 29 drivers left out on the racetrack and 25 on the lead lap. We're going to get back up front, though, because, man, they are battling and duking it out up here for sure. 21, 27, 38 on the high side. Oh, 21, Wing into the wall. Wing did get a lap led, so he will have a bonus point at least going his way. And they are duking it out up front. James Polsky, the 27 of Stephen Loving, Anthony English, Wes Hogue. I think we've seen this in Anthony English. I think we're seeing kind of a repeat of last week where Anthony English, James Polsky, Wes Hogue, Stephen Loving was all in the same the same predicament. Interesting fact. And these four up here once again with now the 77 of Joe Thompson. And Shane Ward, Talon Smith making his way back up toward the front after starting on pole and didn't lead a lap, but he is running the leaders down. He is picking them off one at a time, or at least trying to anyway. Let's see if Talon decides to go high side or if he's going to try and help push the 64 up there. That is a teammate, technically. Him and the 64 kind of work together. Man, they are flying up on the 38 here of Wes Hogue as that lane kind of slows down a little bit. 93 of James, 27 of Steve, 44 of Anthony. It's kind of hard to keep up with them up front. A lot of side by side, but they're giving a lot of room back here too. Not a whole lot going on, but there is some passing. 69-21. James Young, Nicholas Wing. And it looks like the 4, the 126. Rick Seabrands, Robert DuPont. Kind of duking it out right there, but we gotta go back up front though, because this is where the mayhem could ensue as they go door to door here, and they've been out here at about 9-10 laps. I do not think they can make it. I believe they will have to pit. And the question is, when do they pit? It doesn't look like anybody at the moment is coming down now, right at the moment. Everybody staying out. Anthony English still laying on point. 93 going around of James Polsky. Yellow's out. Yellow is out. Looks like him and the 38 got connected together here. It looks like him and the 27 looks like started getting connected here. We're going to go ahead and rewind it here. Well, that was a good run. But what happened to James here? It looks like him with the 27 doing some dooring here, and then here comes the 38, just right front to the left or rear there. Got that 93 bent out of shape, and I think the 38 was trying to straighten him out, but wasn't able to do so. And James Polsky does go around. And around he goes, and right here it looks like the 126 trying to dodge it. 126 is going to go up into the wall. A driver there going to get some damage. Robert DuPont, he has already taken it behind the wall. So Larry Johnson in the 64 should and get the wave around here to put him back on the lead lap. And we'll see where everything goes. 13 to go here. I think this is going to put him in that window definitely to possibly make it. If it is 10 to 15 laps on fuel. All right, well, it looks like everybody coming down pit road. Nobody staying out. So, that is going to set the stage here. Or possibly some mayhem here. Rick Sanchez going to be the first one off of pit road. Anthony English going to be second. Steve Loving third. Matthew Holder fourth. Talon fifth. Joe sixth. Shane seventh. Gabe eighth. Wes ninth. Rick Seabrands 10th. George 11th. Vicente 12th. Brian 13th. James Mayer 14th. Mark Mann 15th. Eric Laurie 16th. Nicholas Wing 17th. Aaron Walker 18th. And we've still got drivers on pit road here. And Bubba Winningham going to be rolling off here in 19th. And Dwayne Corbett in 20th. James Polsky, though, still in his box. All right. Well, the 78 of, I believe, that is Christopher Jordan is going to be back on the lead lap. He did not come down. Nicholas Godina did not come down. That's going to put both of them on the lead lap, and Adam Kilday. So these guys are going to be, oh, okay, well, Christopher's going to make a liar out of me and come down pit road. So Christopher Jordan is going to be, from the looks of it, the only driver one lap down. As the lights are off on the pace car here, Sanchez, English, Loving, Holder, Thompson, Ward, Butler, Hogue, Seabrands, and Burns rounding out the top 10. 11 laps to go. It'll be 10 laps to go when we go green. Now, Rick is the control car, but the rule is they have to go on green at all times, so the leader cannot jump the green. All right, John, Everett, Chris, see y'all still out there in chat. 16 of you out there tuning in right now. 11 likes. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do so. We did hit a peak of 22 watching earlier tonight. All right, here we go. Pace car down again to the safety of pit road. It'll be 10 to go. Once they go green and cross the stripe, now can we finish this race out under regulation? Or we're going to have to dive into the GWC attempts here tonight. Green's back out. 10 laps to go here this evening. Rick got a good start there, but he's leaving too much room. And it's going to allow Anthony English, Steve Loving. Here comes the 77 of Joe. Gabe Butler! Where did he come from? Qualified 8th, started on pit road. And like Anthony, both of them up toward the front. Gabe Butler, where did you come from there, my friend? Who is going to lead this lap? It is going to be the 27 of Steve Loving leading that lap. Gabe Butler right up ahead of Rich Sanchez on the outside there. Followed by the 41 of Vicente Guerrero. Whoa, buddy. Rick, you went out a little bit too far, my friend. Oh, that is going to hurt. That's going to send Rick back. He may be able to hold it. He got to get some momentum, though. Oh, no, he's going to lose more spots. Here comes the 071 of Eric Laurie in the mix here. Here comes Talon. Here comes the 14 of Brian as well. 8 to go. What's it gonna take here, folks? It is the final. Oh, we got a yellow. No! Oh no, and it's the 90 of Ron Walters. Oh, and he goes topsy-turvy here too. Oh no, did the 35 hit the wall? Yep. That is exactly what happened. The 35 of Matthew Holder hitting the wall out of turn 2. Man, that has been a bad corner out here tonight. And Ron, just innocent bystander, and like we seen earlier, high rate of speed going around. The air catches the undercarriage, and Ron just goes lid for lid. Now, it looks like he didn't flip as many times as we seen other drivers do here tonight, but still, nevertheless, I think he might have got his pilot's license too, and there wasn't nothing Ron could have done. Just an innocent bystander, wrong spot, wrong time, and lid for lid he went. Man, not good. Well, yellow is out again. Ron Walters. Ron does have a fast repair, so if he needs to use it, which this late in the race, I would go ahead. If I was Ron, I would go ahead, come down pit road, use the fast repair, get a clean car, and, just hope for the best, at this point. 7 laps to go here tonight. We'll go ahead, see here, coming down to the wire. Let's see here if we can get one more report from our old good buddy James out here tonight. James, one more report from you, bud. I know we're late getting down to the wire out here tonight. Man, what's it going to take, bud?
Still probably a green, white checker. Still gonna have to send it in. Hope it sticks the best that it's going to, but you have to control the slide up the track. So yeah, I don't know where we're sitting at 8th, 9th here. I think it's going to take probably a little bit of luck.
Can y'all make it on fuel?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
plenty good on fuel.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, it's we'll see how it plays out here. I know we got some fast cars behind us, so.
Well, it looks like out of turn 2 has been the problem turn out here tonight. That wall comes up on you quick.
Wall comes quick and it's pushing, so you gotta lift out of it and kind of angle yourself for the exit, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what it's coming down to here. So I guess we'll see how this plays out. It'd be nice if it went green, but to start that run, I was trying to save a few laps, just to settle in and see how it played out. But
well, there ain't no saving now. It's go time.
nope, now it's go time.
It's
So
go
we'll send
time.
it in there and see what happens.
All right. Well, if
Might have
worst
to-
comes to worst, you do have a fast repair, if need be.
I got a fast
Yeah.
pair left. We might have to, move some friends here. Old Rick here in front of me. He might need moved. Anthony's up there, probably running around with a 0X still. So we'll have to take care of that.
Oh yeah, can't have them going in with coming out of it with 0X, right?
No, you can't finish this one with a 0X.
No, you at least got to have at least a 1X, at least a 1X. Alrighty, James, buddy. Well, we got some laps still yet to go here, so a lot can happen. We'll see what happens. Thank you for the reports here tonight, buddy. Good luck for the rest of the endeavor here this evening, man. We'll see what happens, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is James Mayer out here tonight. Going to go ahead and give us our late report, I guess you could say. Yeah, he went airborne. Yeah, he went airborne before he knew what hit him. Yep. Well, he got hit, and then when he got hit, that's when that air just got up and under him, and it just flipped him. Because I don't think these cars have that those flaps that come up to keep the air pushing down. These are the old 87s. These are tanks, man. These are solid, pretty much solid steel. So, you would think they would be able to take a beating, but they don't. Honestly, I think the trucks take a little bit more of a beating than what these cars do. That my honest take, Chris, Everett. Y'all have y'all's opinions, I'm sure. John, on it. Well, 10:47 Eastern, 9:47 here in the Central Time Zone, where I'm at, in the good old muggy, hot state of Arkansas. The west side of Arkansas, I should say. All right, it'll be 4 to go when we get green here. All right, here we go. Pace car is down to the safety of pit road. That's probably been the safest spot here tonight. It'll be 4 to go when we get green. And the green is back out. Steve Loving on the loud pedal. Joe Thompson, Gabe Butler, Vicente Guerrero, Shane Ward, top 5. But you cannot forget about all the other drivers behind them. Anthony English, Wes Hogue, Rick Seabrands, James Mayer, Talon, Mark, Brian, Eric, Dwayne, James, so forth and so on. Because, all it's going to take is, just one great move, and that's going to put, you know, somebody in the perfect spot as we see Talon coming up on Anthony English here very quickly. Oh, Talon, please do not go 4 wide, whatever you do, buddy. As they go 3 wide, looks like Talon is going to help Anthony, though. Anthony's going to find a friend here with Talon. So we've got Talon and Anthony on the high side. Gabe in the middle here. We get a yellow, though. Looks like Talon's going to drop it behind the 38 now. We'll see how long that lasts. Anthony just does not have any help out there. Here comes the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Let's see if Rick goes up there with the 44, and they'll make it the 444. Nope. That is not going to happen. Bubba Winningham going around. There is no yellow. He is on the apron. Under 10 to go. Yellows are done. 4 wide at Talladega. Yellow is out. Oh! Well, that is Harold Rothery, Rick Sanchez. That is going to set us up for our first GWC attempt here tonight. I do want to look at one thing before we look at that yellow. I want to know what happened to Bubba here, too. It looks like right there, oh, he might have got tagged, I believe, by the 25, and that sent Bubba pancaking down into the inside wall, and not a pancake in a good way either. But the yellow is actually going to come out up here with the 18 and the 5. Yeah, it looks like right there the 5 got a little bit into the back of the 18 of a Harold Rothery. Rick Sanchez, Harold Rothery. We'll get a little closer look here, but I think that's what happened. Yeah, it come right up on him. And, yep, the 18 going around. Up into the wall. It looks like the 5 of Sanchez. Oh, no, the 69. Nowhere to go. Right into the wall. The 07. So James Young is the 69. And the 5. Wait. Well, it's 5. Yeah, there he is right there. Rick Sanchez. So it looks like Rick was able to scave through that for the most part. But GWC attempt number 1 coming at you here, folks. They said when we was talking to James Mayer there, he said they can make it from here, so make it from there. So I guess we will see. All right, well, what's it gonna take? Talent out there in chat. He'd go 6 wide. I wouldn't put it past you there, Talon. I mean, go 4 wide. I mean, you got the spot there when that yellow came out. 4 wide is doable here, so But I guess we see Talon out there in chat here. He's bobbing and weaving down there on the track here too, trying to looks like scrub those tires. But it's go time. I mean, you gotta do everything you can to get up toward the front and possibly the front. And I think if that opportunity opens up again, I wouldn't think Talon would just back off here and just let them go 3 wide ahead of him. If he's got an open gap there and he can do it safely, he will go 4 wide. So wouldn't you, Talon? Give me a yes on track. There you go. Yep. Tape giving me a yes on the track there. Yes, he would. Oh man. All right, Steve Loving, Gabe Butler, Vicente Guerrero, Joe Thompson, Wes Hogue, Talon Smith, Shane Ward, Anthony English, James Mayer, Rick Seabrands, James Polsky, Mark Mann, Eric Laurie, Nicholas Wing, Dwayne Corbett, Adam Kilday, Brian Elmore, Rick Sanchez, Larry Johnson, George Burns, top 20, Nicholas Godina, Christopher Jordan, Ron Walters, Harold Rothery, Aaron Walker, Bubba Winningham, Matthew Holder, and James Young rounding out the 28 cars out here on the track. 27 of them is on the lead lap. James Young is the only driver 1 lap down. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he does not. He doesn't hold back. And I think that's what makes Talon, one of the drivers, out here that these guys are going to have to figure out a way to beat him, and it has happened. Talon hasn't had the best of luck in some of the races. Looks like the 27 of Steve Loving is going to have to slow down, let that pace car go around, but the pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road. We will go GWC attempt number 1 here at the green. We will go green. If we get around the track 1 time, take the white flag, and then whatever happens after that happens. If they have a yellow before the white flag, well, we'll get into our second and final GWC attempt. Hopefully that does not happen, but we will find out. Here we go. Green is out. GWC attempt, and they are already spinning down onto pit road. And no yellow. No yellow. James Mayer, Shane Ward, they stay green. Steve, Gabe, Vicente, Joe, Wes, Talon, Anthony, Rick, all right here together. Mark Mann, he's got a bird's eye view. Him and Nicholas, if something was to happen up ahead of them. I say they have time, but you don't have time. You don't have time to react. Coming to the white flag. Here we go. At about 100 feet from it. White flag in the air. One more time around. One more time. Gabe has got to make that car as wide as possible, and he just left open the top side. Here comes Talon to the top. 38. Wes Hogue. Talon takes point. Anthony up to third. Talon, Joe, Anthony, Gabe. Talon gonna hit the stripe. Can he hold it? Talon wins it here tonight. Wow! He edged out Joe Thompson by 2/1000ths of a second at the line. That was close. All right, well, let's see here. we can get a closer look at this. Coming to the line here, and it was a nail biter for sure. Anthony English on the top side right there. Man, you can't get any closer than that. Good Lord Almighty. Wow. All right. Well, I'll get the top three up here for the MaxspeedTV poster race show. Hang tight, folks. We're going to start with Anthony and work our way up. Hang tight, folks. So we'll be right back. All righty, folks, we're going to do it backwards here tonight. Talon's got to go to work, so we're going to go ahead and drag him up here. Talon, man, I know you got to go to work. Awesome job out here tonight, pulling out the win here this evening. The only lap you led was the final lap, and you did it, man. Awesome job.
Yeah, I totally lucked into that. I think I pit twice every single caution that race. So struggle working through the field.
Oh, struggle is real, and it was definitely real out here tonight. I could talk to you all night, but you got to go to work. So, you know, I know we're just round two. We're going into round three next week, buddy. Still a long season left to go here. 08 of Daytona next week, buddy. How you feeling?
Oh, I'd say that's the most skillful track. I'd say hope the track's hot and hope we don't have. How many cautions did we have this race?
We finished 12. We finished with 12.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we stay in single digits of cautions.
All righty. Well, yeah, and I hope you're right. All righty, buddy. We're not going to keep you. Final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate and go to work.
Yeah, thanks to y'all for the broadcast.
All righty, Talon. Go to work, man. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, that was Talon there. Boy, he definitely had to go, and I moved myself into the bottom room there. So let's go ahead and get our P2 up here tonight. Joe Thompson here. Joe, awesome job, man. Right there, 2/1000ths of a second, man. You almost had it, but hey, I gotta say, man, awesome race with everything that was happening down there on the track, buddy. You had a clean car, man. Awesome job on that too. Kind of hard to do, really. Man, talk about it.
Yeah, I just I qualified up front and then started in the pits and just ride in the back and let the field kind of take care of itself and then work your way up. And yeah, I thought I timed that right to get that run on Talon and just come up just a little short.
You can't complain, man. I mean, a P2 and, got a good points night. I know a lot of drivers out there here tonight was, they didn't have the best of nights. I don't know if seen anything major out there, probably because we had a lot of cars. But I noticed, and I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that out of turn number 2, that was a troubled turn. Was you having any problems coming out of turn 2?
Well, yeah, if you were hard on your tires early because the track temp was like 130 degrees and, people just slide and it just sucks you up into that wall. And, but as the race went on, the temps came back down a little bit. It was like mid 120s when we finished. So I think that helped out a lot there at the end where we got a little more green flag racing.
Yeah. We unfortunately didn't see a green flag pit stop. I was hoping we would, get one. But with that being said, roughly about how far roughly could y'all go if we was able to get a green flag stop out here tonight?
I was showing about 17 laps. So, but like I said, I was kind of taking it easy in the back just to save my tires.
Yeah.
I didn't even take a set of tires till lap 40. So,
Wow.
I just rode around. I still had 2 sets left and didn't have to use fast repair. Didn't have any incidents. So,
Nope.
I'll take a clean top 5 any day.
Yeah, you got a lot of points coming to you your way with leading a lap. Or no, you didn't lead a lap, but you
No,
got
close.
yeah, it's close. You got no incidents, so that's definitely going to get some bonus points to you. And of course, the P2 out here tonight, awesome job, man. It's not easy with 44 cars out there for sure.
No, it's definitely different. But like I said, the attrition they kind of takes care of itself. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, round 2 done. We're going to round 3 next week. Daytona 08, driver's track. Man, you got to be very careful there. How you feeling about going into that one?
Yeah, we ran a ARCA race there earlier, and it was actually a pretty good race, and we didn't have that many yellows in it. So hopefully, if we can get the field spread out, you get a green flag stop in, and get the field spread out, and we get some more green flag racing going.
Why is it? Answer this for me. Why is it that the easier tracks, and I know that's an understatement, but you would think Talladega would be easier. Why is it that the easier tracks, bring out more yellows than the tracks like the 08 of Daytona? Why is that?
Well, I think we stay in tighter packs, and then people, get a little, confidence, and they sometimes
Okay.
drive over their head a little bit. But the harder tracks to drive, the field gets spread out more, and you're not in that big pack, and if you stay up in the front in those, and then you'd be all right.
Makes a lot of sense. All righty. Well, awesome job, man. P2, good points tonight for you, Joe, man. Go celebrate it. I know right there, so close. Maybe one spot better next week. Final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P2 out here tonight, buddy?
Yeah, thanks to everybody at the OP League. This is my first season running with them, and I've run with a lot of guys before, but this first time running with them. And then, of course, thanks to you for broadcasting. Great job with what you do, and thank my sponsor, Deals on Wheels, and we got a race sponsored. I think maybe race 6 of the week. So
Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to getting that going on, and we'll when we get there, I'll see it, and then I'll, of course, any images you need me to have, send them over to Anthony, and then I'll get them up on stream.
Yep, sounds good, buddy.
All
You have a
righty.
great night.
Yep, you too. Go celebrate, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thanks, sir.
Yep. All right. Well, that is Joe Thompson there. Let's go ahead and jump down here to our P3 finisher here tonight. Anthony English, man, after the ups and downs, man, and, you did have, it looks like, one incident. But let me guess, that happened after the checkered.
It did. It did. Dumbass me touched the grass after the race was over and gave myself
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. I deserve it for being idiotic and just not paying attention.
Well, that's what happens. You bit yourself in the foot off that one, and you don't get any bonus points. Well, you do. You led a lap, but you don't get no bonus points for having a clean car. So you did shoot yourself in the foot on that one. But with that being said, you had your win last week. You got P3 out here tonight. You're very strong looking this season. Of course, we know all about you, Anthony. Kind of talk about it though. 12 cautions out here tonight. It was kind of up there. Big car field. It was quite entertaining, and then Talon going 4 wide there, and then the yellow come out behind him, or behind y'all. But, we had a little bit of everything, buddy. Talk about it.
If I could sum up this whole race in one word, it would be tight. I would definitely use the word tight. It was so tight that I think tight was tight. Like, it was horrendous. Like, it handled good. Even trying to cut lanes and stuff like that wasn't bad, but just from middle off, every corner, both corners, middle off, it was just over tight. At the end there, when we were all trying to duke it out, we all have 10 laps worth of running hard tires on us, and it was so tight. You had to back out of it so much, and you were lucky if you were able to get a good run on the backstretch. And shout out to Talon for the win. It was close. I thought I pushed Joe enough to get the run so he could get like he could win it and I could try to like shoot down and maybe, snag a second, but that line came quicker than I thought.
Yeah, it did. And, I got a couple things. The line for one doesn't look like, draft. I mean, yeah, it probably played a factor out here tonight, but not in the sense that we're used to seeing. Do you think maybe track conditions with the hot track out here tonight? Do you think that might have had something to do with it too?
Oh, probably. I mean, it was warm. Anytime it's warmer, it's actually gradually cooled down a little bit through the race, but still, I mean, I think it was 118 when we finished. That's still pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
It's still just so warm that you don't get the grip that you want, and the place that affects you the most is, middle off. So
Yeah.
you kind of gotta go in hard, trail brake, and then make sure you get a good angle, roll on throttle, pray to God it sticks, or you're gonna be rolling off the throttle coming out,
Yeah,
and then that just kills
definitely.
all your momentum.
Well, we noticed that coming out of turn number 2, that was a trouble turn for a lot of cars out here tonight. They would wash up, and then the wall's right there. I mean, there ain't nothing you could do. Did you have to manage that wall any here tonight?
Yeah, it was definitely like coming through the corner and coming out on that flat. It was definitely tighter. I don't think coming out of two and coming on that flat for the backstretch, it was definitely tighter. Coming out of four and getting to the trioval area, there's a little bit more banking, so it wasn't as tight, but it was still tight. It was so tight, Josh. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Okay.
it
It was.
just a couple clicks to loosen it up, and I think we would probably had a lot better race. Probably had a few less cautions and stuff because
Mhm.
it was even for a lot of us guys. Even though we were up front running 3-4 wide here and there, it's still a handful and still super tight. Like we're driving the same car as everybody else and all that. So it's just getting used to it, I guess. I mean, maybe we'll think about you know whatever, but you just never know. And it was supposed to be I have it warm on the schedule, so the next take we go to will be cooler. So maybe it won't be as bad.
Well, and the hot track temp, yeah, was a kind of a big thing out here tonight. And I was talking to James, and he didn't even know the answer to this question, but we know it's a fixed setup. Do y'all go in and adjust those if need be, or is it just straight from iRacing and whatever it gives you, that's what you race with?
Well, the OP way has always been the fixed setup how iRacing hands it to you.
Okay.
How you download it when they do their updates and everything. We've had special occasions to run like when Atlanta and IRSS first came out, we were using adjusted sets just so we could run it,
Yeah.
and it not be terrible because that was before they actually started doing a lot of good tests and stuff those areas and getting us good sets. But even so much there now, most of those tracks have good sets or decent sets with the fixed stuff. But it's like everything seems a lot tighter now. I don't know if they changed something or like even last week at Daytona and stuff, she was still tight. Like there wasn't one bit of looseness in it really. I think if you might have like done something like right tires when you got halfway worn down tires, you could have loosened yourself up a little bit. But we
Yeah.
never got a green flag pit stop to try any of that. So
Yeah. We got. I think we got. We didn't even get close. I think the furthest we got was about 10 to 11 lap run, and that was it. But even with those 10 lap runs, when we finally was able to do it, man, it made for some great racing. And I know we're going from a big track like Talladega to a driver's track, the '08 of Daytona, next week for round 3. If we have 44 cars out there next week, I mean, well, what's it going to take?
it not being tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think tonight's favorite word for Anthony is tight.
It definitely is like, oh man, like this is the tightest car we've had, I think, since we started doing this. This beats all of last season and what we had last week on just how the car felt. Like
Yeah.
it felt solid, but it was just tight. Like it was too solid to drive, that it was so tight that people just I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and talk for everybody, but just it was just hard to manage. Like if you weren't decent on in the entry and set up for the middle off, you almost couldn't get through the middle off the way you needed to.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I feel y'all's pain out here tonight. Glad I wasn't down there. I don't think my chest would have been able to handle it. But I don't know how you did it. But
I don't
yeah.
have I don't run my force feedback as cranked up at Talladega. It's one of the lower places I run my force feedback lower.
Okay, well I can.
Oh wait, though I run at like 22%. Like
Oh
when I'm
my.
done, my arms are tired. I'll just say
Yeah.
that.
All
Go sleep
right.
quick.
Well, I guess we'll find out what happens next week at the bumpy. My brother calls it the bumpy bobblehead Daytona because it's it's bumpy and you're jerking all the way around the track. So, I guess we'll find out what happens next week. I know iRacing itself had problems out here tonight, but still, even with the issues that they had, a lot of drivers were able to jump in here and, pull out a really good race. And, even though, we had some yellows, it was still a great race. So, a lot of points. Looks like a lot of drivers, leading some laps. So, all around, I think we had a good night.
The next day will be better. Like I said, on the schedule, the next one's set up to be more of a cooler track, so we'll probably have more of the normal Dega style back to us, where it's probably not as tight and a little bit more, a little bit more drivable.
Yeah, I got you. All right, I got you. All right, well,
I always mix it up. We got to have some hot ones in there, Josh.
Oh yeah, you got to. Yeah, you might as well throw Martinsville in the mix too.
I will not go there with this car. I will sit out that race and take a drop kick.
I'm messing with you, right?
I did this car a few months ago at Bristol.
Oh.
And I felt like I completely wasted an hour and a half of my life.
Yeah.
That was just horrible. I'm good at mid-size ovals. I can get to the little mini ones with this car, and it's I'm not young enough to be able to alienize the wheel to get shit done.
Yeah, we'll let Talon do all that, right?
Yeah.
All
let the Talons, the Zanes, and everything in the world. They're good at that stuff.
Yeah, they are. The sea basses, yeah, man.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, Anthony, awesome job out here tonight. P3, good points night after winning last week. I know you've got, final thought, shout out, thanks you want to give. So, Mike's yours, bud.
Oh, big shout out to you. I was going to say you guys again, but you and MaxspeedTV for broadcast everything tonight. Steven and Jeremy and everything they do behind the scenes. All the admins that make Thursday come together and get us this great crowd. Where to go? Talon for winning, Joe for a good finish there. Good top two for those guys. Shout out to the team, everybody I was running with in the channel tonight. we were all in the mix there late, so that was pretty fun. Big shout out to Sebastian Marin and Logan Helton, who made the Coke Series. Two guys that we've known for a while. They got picked up. I think Logan's on the E-Racer team, and they've yet to announce Seabasses, but congrats to those two. I'll be watching those guys on a Tuesday night doing the Coke Series stuff. So awesome job for them. Everybody watching at home, parents and beautiful girlfriend, and then everybody that's done what they've done for the league, all the sponsors, all the behind the scenes stuff that goes on, everybody that comes and races. I know they've been kind of a little crazy last 2 weeks, but first two races, 44 cars of a new season. I mean, it's going to be a little rattly. It'll get better as people get more of a handle of the car, and we get weeded through some of the people that can't really run this one that great or something. I don't know. Me and Bubba going to do some replay watching and stuff. But big shout out to everybody that shows up, everything that goes into it, and yeah.
All righty,
Did I miss anything? Who sponsored tonight? Oh wait, I sponsored tonight.
You sponsored
okay,
tonight.
I missed doing a shout out to the sponsor. I forgot it was me.
Yeah, just shout out yourself. Why not?
Had a brain fart.
Of course, shout out to you for sponsoring out here tonight. I'll go ahead and do it because, without the sponsors, I wouldn't be here. So, I got to give a shout out to y'all. So, shout out to you and everybody that sponsored this season for not only Thursday, but Monday and Saturday, as well as, I guess I can go ahead and say it, Anthony, Sunday too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're going to see you doing the sister league now. So
yep, going to be
it'll
doing.
be pretty cool seeing you, hearing you and watching the ones from Sunday now for CFM.
Yeah, gonna be fun. I know pretty much everybody over there, so it's not gonna be nothing new. So,
Yep.
Anthony, go celebrate your P3, buddy. I'm not gonna keep you, man, and we will see you Saturday.
Thank you. Sounds
Thank
good,
you, man.
boss.
Yep. All right, Anthony English out there here tonight, P3. Of course, coming away with the win out here tonight, Talon Smith. Awesome job by Talon. We're going to go ahead and grab. We're going to go ahead and get to our official results here tonight. Talon Smith grabbing the win out here tonight in round number 2. But Joe Thompson right there with him in second. 2/1000ths of a second. Man, that was close. Anthony English in the 44. Who we just talked to, they're finishing in third. Gabe Butler 4th, Steve Loving 5th, Nicholas Wing 6th, Wes Hogue 7th, Rick Seabrands at 8th, James Polsky 9th, and Mark Mann 10th. Nicholas Godina at 11th, Larry Johnson 12th. Vicente Guerrero 13th, Adam Kilday 14th, Brian Elmore 15th, Eric Laurie 16th, Ron Walters 17th, Dwayne Corbett at 18th, Aaron Walker 19th, and Rick Sanchez 20th. Bubba Winningham 21st, George Burns 22nd, Christopher Jordan 23rd, Harold Rothery 24th, Matthew Holder 25th, James Bear 26th. Big shout out to him for being our end race kind of reporter here tonight. Shane Ward in 27th, James Young 28th, Robert DuPont 29th, and Austin Norris in 30th. Alex Green, the OG, there in 31st. Jesse Meyer 32nd, Joseph Holder 33rd, Andrew Schroeder 34th, Jason Berg 35th, Robert Thorens 36th, John Spizek 37th, Kenny Campos 38th, Matthias Swank 39th, Gene Watkinson 40th, Chris Coleman 41st, James Stats 42nd, Jason Johnson 43rd, and Shane Calhoun did not start here tonight. But again, our winner, Talon Smith, here tonight. Congratulations again to Talon on the win here this evening. We will be off tomorrow night, back in action Saturday night with the OP Unlimited Series. And then Sunday night with CFM, round number 1, a season opener there. And then the Spring Fling on Monday, back with OP. A lot going on this weekend. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. Man, this is going to be fun here this weekend. But until then, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Engines roll, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Shafts alive like a racing heart. Here's a place where legends start.